Steeler Banking, the Rabbi from Another Planet. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please subscribe, because I'm one away from getting 200 subscriptions. I would love to hit 200. I don't know why I want to hit 200, but I would love to hit 200. Yeah, my name's okay. So I did all like, share, subscribe, all that stuff, and I'm watching The Crown. I'm still watching The Crown. I'm on episode 3. I'm sorry, I'm not much of a binge watcher. It's just a funny thought struck me when I was watching it last night. So I thought, oh, you know what? I'm going to put out another video about it, a little Potter review. So, oh, you know what? I should have looked this up before I started. This has a very tangential radio, the very tangential connection to Doctor Who. One second, I'm looking up on Wikipedia now. It's oh, there we go. Fine. So this episode, the third episode, deals with I really should remember it, but this is something fascinating. I was born in 1971, and this took place must be the early 70s, because I remember this. You know, this is something I really remember from my early childhood, and it was massive. It was there was a little Welsh mining town by I can't remember where, but it was in Wales, and there's this massive what's called slag pit, this giant pit of coal that they already mined, and it rained and rained and rained and rained like torrentially for days and days and days, which caused an entire this massive mudslide, which crushed the school. It crushed the school and killing like 60, 70 kids and like a bunch of other people. And so I remember this tragedy. This was something so. This was, I wouldn't say 9/11, but this something that reverberated in the British consciousness for many years to come. So this is what this episode was about, and the Queen's response to it. And I think they recreated it. It was so viscerally and so I wouldn't say realistically, but they drew us into the drama. So so okay. So the first thing, the tragedy is just it's breathtaking. So you have this giant like mountain of coal, like just it's crushed a school, and but because this is a mining town, you then had all the pets. So they built up to it wonderfully. You had all the people saying the parents saying goodbye to their kids on the way to school, and they built it up really well. And you just knew something was going to. Now again, I remember this from the back of my head, so I knew something was going to happen. And I thought, is this? And it wasn't. But then, and this is what I didn't consider. These people were miners, professional miners, and so they spent. After it happened, they then rushed and they dug with their bare hands. They dug to get out whatever children they could, whatever children they could. And there were like 2 or 3 survivors, or maybe there's more survivors. But this was a very, I wouldn't say emotionally manipulative episode, but a pretty emotionally manipulative. I was crying a lot during it. So, and I was at one point, I was like, I was weeping away, and I thought, and he showed the Queen being somewhat saintly about this whole, and I just. I just had to think a thought go through my head. Have you ever seen the Monty Python Australian sketch, which is this guy goes to Australian university and everybody's like very archetypally Australian caricatures. They're like, "G'day, Bruce. G'day. Come on, they say, g'day." They're all wearing the Australian hats with the cork, and it's all this gets really funny. So at one point, there's this great line in it. They keep drinking. They crack tube when they have with a beard. Crack tube. Amen. God bless the Queen, and she's a beautiful Sheila, and not the least bit stuck up. So, which is a great compliment for Australians. So, the people who wrote this drama. They just really love the Queen. So the way this connects to Doctor Who, which is, I'm sure you know, one of my passions in life. There was a sci-fi radio drama called The Slide, which was written by Victor Pemberton, which was inspired by this. I'm reading from the Wikipedia. It begins with an earthquake in southern England. Then local wildlife starts to disappear. It starred Roger Delgado. Wow. Morris Denham, Dennis Spencer, Miriam Margulis. Miriam Margulis. I just want to say, I can't stand Miriam Margulis. She makes me want to vomit. and the fact they wheel her out as a convenient Jew um, to whitewash the anti-Semitism that's so prevalent in the world today is just so utterly disgusting. And quite frankly, Miriam Margolyes, you let's be fair, you had a bit part in a beloved sitcom 40 years ago. That's it. Nobody really cares. Oh, sorry, you're an extra in a Harry Potter movie as well. That's your career, darling. I don't care what you have to say in life or politics. So that was a bit of an aside. But anyway, this was then adapted. This was submitted as a Doctor Who series in 1964. Wait a minute, this takes place. This was before the the slide. So I always thought this was this radio play. The slide was based on this or inspired by this. So, but this is saying not. But it was submitted as a Doctor Who story. But then it was revised when Patrick Troughton was the Doctor as Fury of the Deep, which is coming out this year as an animation. I'm really excited. It's a fantastic story. I listened to an audio. Obviously, I've never seen the video because I'm too young. It's so funny to me. So anyway, The Crown is rattling on nicely. Season 3. I'm not really warming to Olivia Colman as the Queen. I'm very glad she took this role instead of the dumpster fire that is season 11 of Doctor Who. But I'm very glad she took the role. And I like what's the name of the guy? The guy. Oh, he's been in a bunch. He's Tobias Mendes. He's a fantastic actor. They have him playing the Prince Philip. And in this episode they have like one of his wonderful the next episode, which I just saw the beginning of it. There's one of his wonderful famous Prince Philip gaffes, which he's made so many of. But the standout star of this series so far is Jason Watkins. Now Jason Watkins is a British character actor who I've just noticed popping up in everything and being fantastic in everything I see him in. He was in Line of Duty. He was in a very English Scandal, written by Russell T Davies. Beautiful, beautiful drama. I really recommend it. What else has he been in? He was in Taboo, that show with what's it called again? With Tom Hardy. And he took over John Inman's role in Are You Being Served, the remake of, or the continuation of Are You Being Served, they did from 2016, which I really wish they did a season of. I really enjoyed that. But whenever I see him in, I love him in it. He's playing Harold Wilson in here. And again, it's so incredibly topical right now, The Crown, because it's taking part during a British general election. And I think other than Tony, right now the political party who Harold Wilson was in the head of Labour is doing unbelievably bad. Now I'm very happy they're doing bad because they're headed by it's a party of anti-Semitism. So I'm very happy they're doing bad. But Harold Wilson was I think probably one of their greatest leaders, one of the greatest prime ministers, because he was Labour at its best. Labour at its best is when you have like a moderate centre that balances out the extremist core. The extremist core has now become the centre, and they're crashing. And every time they do that, they always crash in flames shortly thereafter, which is what was going on right now. So it's incredibly topical. But I would say it's worth watching for Jason Watkins, who is fantastic. He is fantastic in this role. The interplay with Olivia Colman as Queen, very good. Certainly on a par with the Churchill Queen interplay of the early seasons, which had what's his name, John Lithgow, American John Lithgow pulled off Churchill, and he really did. He did a fantastic job. Interesting casting. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's for me. It's always a recommend because I'm such a crazy royalist. I am like the Australians who will say of the Queen, beautiful Sheila, and not in the least bit stuck up. My name is Sfila Beckin, the rabbi from another planet. The rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, subscribe. Please subscribe. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments. And that's all there is to say. Thank you for listening.